The ICRU developed internationally accepted terminology for the safe and efficient application of ionizing radiation. I'm Adiha, a clinical oncology doctor, and here I'll go through the ICRU definitions. These volumes are defined and contoured on a 3D radiotherapy planning scan. The gross tumor volume. This is the gross tumor defined from a reconstructed 3D image of the patient, such as a CT, MR, or PET scan, and clinical examination. It's usually split into GTV-P, so the GTV primary, and GTV-N, GTV nodes. The CTV is the clinical target volume. This tissue volume includes the GTV and subclinical or microscopic disease that has to be treated to an adequate dose to achieve the aim of the therapy, whether it's cure or palliation. It is constrained by anatomical boundaries such as bone. Expanding the GTV to the CTV stems from an understanding of particular disease pathology. These are both clinical volumes. The internal margin. This is the margin added to the CTV to compensate for expected physiological movements such as variations in size, shape, and position of the CTV due to internal organ motion. Usually, this is relevant for tumors adjacent to the digestive or respiratory system. The ITV is the internal tumor volume. It's a combination of the CTV and the internal margin. This ensures that the tumor remains within the radiation field throughout the treatment. This is used in 4D planning scans in which motion tracking is done to assess tumor movement over time. The setup margin accounts for uncertainties in the relationship between patient and beams. The PTV is the planning target volume. This is a geometrical margin for setup, error, and organ motion. It's a combination of the internal margin and a setup margin. It's important to know that the GTV and CTV are clinical parameters and the PTV is a geometrical parameter. The treated volume is a volume receiving more than 95% of the dose, so that which is sufficient to achieve the purpose of the treatment. The irradiated volume is the volume receiving more than 50% of the dose, a dose that is significant for normal tissue tolerances. The Conformity Index is the quotient of the treated volume and the volume of the PTV. It is used to compare different treatment techniques. The aim is to get this as close to 1 as possible. The hotspot is anything outside the PTV receiving 100% of the dose. In any plan, you need to consider nearby organs. The organs at risk are vulnerable to radiation sensitivity that may influence treatment planning or prescribed dose. And the planning organ at risk volume is the organ at risk and a margin for the movement error. When contouring a plan, you'll go through each of these volumes before passing it on to the physics team for planning. Hope that helps. That's all for now. The references will be linked below.